Right now, millions of people across Britain are buying beer. At the supermarket, at the bar, at the off-license on the way home, and almost every single one of them has no idea what is actually in it. Not because they have not looked, because they cannot look. The law does not require beer brands in the UK to tell you what is in the can. No ingredients list, no calorie count, no additives declared, none of it mandatory. You have more legal right to know what is inside a packet of crisps than the pint you are about to drink. We looked into this properly. The court cases, the ownership records, the labeling laws, and what we found will change how you look at the drinks fridge for good. Today, 8 UK beer brands that raise serious questions. And after those 8, we are giving you 8 that genuinely deserve your trust and your money. 8 breweries doing things honestly, with real transparency behind them. That second list matters just as much as the first. If you have not subscribed yet, hit that button now so you never miss a video like this. Number 8. Foster's. Foster's Australian for beer was one of the most successful slogans in British marketing history. Millions genuinely believe it is an Australian product. It is not. Foster's European rights are held by Heineken International, and your can is produced at the Royal Brewery in Manchester. Australians themselves barely drink it. In 2015, a consumer in the United States filed a proposed class action lawsuit, claiming the Foster's branding was designed to make people believe they were buying a genuine Australian import. Trading Standards here has not taken equivalent action. You are paying for a feeling. And that feeling was made in Manchester. Number 7. Carling. Carling is the best-selling lager in the UK by volume, which makes what came to light in 2012 particularly striking. According to The Conversation and multiple industry publications, Molson Coors quietly reduced Carling's alcohol content from 4% down to 3.7% without any public announcement. It only became public when HMRC took them to court because duty was being paid at the lower rate while the product was still labeled as 4%. Now, UK law does allow beer producers a tolerance of 0.5% above or below their stated strength, so the 3.7% technically fell within the legal range of a 4% label. Carling won the case on that basis, but the question consumers ask is still a fair one. If the strength of a beer you have been buying for years quietly drops, do you not deserve to be told? This practice has a name now: drinkflation. Number 6. Madrí Exceptional. By 2024, Madrí was the 4th best-selling lager in the country, confirmed by UK sales data. The slogan is El Alma de Madrid, the soul of Madrid. Everything about it implies you are drinking something from Spain. The reality is more complicated. Madrí was developed by Molson Coors in Burton-on-Trent, with some creative input from La Sagra, a Spanish brewery near Madrid. But it is brewed in Tadcaster, North Yorkshire. The Sunday Times reportedly described it as the biggest illusion in British brewing history. The boss of a genuinely Spanish beer company told Fortune magazine in 2024 that the marketing was not very clear and not very honest. You are paying a premium for the soul of Madrid, bottled in Yorkshire. Number 5. Doom Bar. Doom Bar started as something genuinely real. Sharps Brewery was founded in 1,994 Inches Rock, Cornwall, named after the notorious sandbank at the mouth of the Camel Estuary, and the beer became one of the most loved cask ales in Britain. In 2011, Molson Coors bought Sharps for £20 million. By 2013, bottled Doom Bar was being produced in Burton-on-Trent, 267 miles from Cornwall. Then in February 2026, Molson Coors announced plans to close the Cornish brewery entirely. Camera called it another example of a large international brewer damaging Britain's cask heritage. The local MP described it as a hammer blow to the community. The Cornish story behind Doom Bar is already gone. Number 4. Brewdog. This is not about the beer. It is about the gap between what Brewdog sold itself as and what came to light. Brewdog built its identity on being the opposite of corporate beer. They paid the real living wage, and they earned B Corporation certification. Then in 2021, former employees calling themselves punks with purpose published an open letter alleging Brewdog had created a culture of fear. A BBC Disclosure documentary later aired further allegations. Brewdog branded the program a hatchet job and complained to Ofcom, who ruled against them in February 2024, finding the program had been fair. Brewdog had already lost its B Corporation status in December 2022 following those allegations. In January 2024, while the company had reported trading losses of £24 million the previous year, they scrapped the real living wage pledge they had championed for nearly a decade. Co-founder James Watt stepped down as CEO in May 2024. And in March 2026, BrewDog went into administration and was subsequently bought by the US company Tilray for £33 million, with around 484 staff made redundant as a result. The punk brewery that told you it was different turned out to be a lot more familiar than it looked. Here is where we want to stop and ask you something directly. Has a beer brand ever made you feel good about buying it because of its values, only for the reality to be very different? Drop your answer in the comments below. It is one of the most important questions any consumer can ask. Number 3. Stella Artois. A pint of Stella at 4.6% ABV contains around 225 calories. The NHS recommends no more than 14 units of alcohol per week, and 1 pint of Stella is already 2.6 units. 3 pints on a Friday and you have used more than half your recommended weekly allowance. But the deeper concern is structural. Stella is owned by AB InBev, the largest beer company on the planet, also behind Budweiser, Beck's, and Corona. According to data cited by Camera in 2024, just 7 multinational corporations account for over 80% of all beers sold in the UK. Know where your money is going. Number 2. Greene King IPA. Greene King was founded in 1,799 inches, Bury St Edmunds, Suffolk, and it has over 2 centuries of British brewing history behind it. In 2019, it was sold to CK Asset Holdings, a Hong Kong-based property company, for £2.7 billion. Camera's national chairman Nick Antona described the sale as very concerning for Britain's beer scene. Then in January 2024, the Caribbean nation of St. Kitts and Nevis publicly announced plans to seek slavery reparations from Greene King, citing records showing the company's founder Benjamin Greene owned 231 enslaved people in St. Kitts. That is a matter of public record, confirmed by Wikipedia citing historical records. The beer is still brewed in Suffolk, but the pub you are sitting in belongs to an overseas property portfolio. Number 1. The secret the beer industry does not want you to know. Beer companies in Britain are not legally required to list their ingredients on the can. The Food Standards Agency confirms this. No calories, no sugar, nothing mandatory beyond the name, the strength, and major allergens. Most people have never heard of isinglass. It is a clarifying agent made from the dried swim bladders of fish, and it is widely used in British cask ales. Because it is classed as a processing aid rather than an ingredient, it does not have to appear on the label. Vegetarians and vegans often do not know it is there. In September 2024, Beverage Daily reported that the Alcohol Health Alliance formally called on the UK government to make ingredient and calorie labeling mandatory on alcohol. Ireland is bringing in mandatory health labels on alcohol in 2026. Britain has not followed. The industry body lobbying against it, the Portman Group, is funded by the major beer multinationals themselves. 8 beers worth your money. Number 1. Timothy Taylor's of Keighley, West Yorkshire. Founded 1863, never sold to a multinational, still on the original site. Landlord has won Champion Beer of Britain 4 times. Number 2. Adnams of Southwold, Suffolk. Trading since 1872 and the first UK brewery to complete a full carbon and water life cycle assessment across its entire beer range. Number 3. Shepherd Neame of Faversham, Kent. According to Camera, brewing on this site dates to at least 1573, making it Britain's oldest continuously operating brewery. Ownership through 5 families unbroken for over 3 centuries. Number 4. St. Austell Brewery of Cornwall, founded 1851 and still owned by the Hicks family. Their tribute pale ale was noted by Camera in 2024 as one of the few best-selling ales with no connection to global brewing corporations. Number 5. Harvey's Brewery of Lewes, East Sussex, founded 1790, Sussex's oldest independent brewery, now on its 8th generation. Their Sussex Best Bitter has won Best Bitter at the Camera Great British Beer Festival. Number 6. Hook Norton Brewery of Oxfordshire. Brewing since 1849, 5th generation Clark family, still in the original Victorian Tower Brewery with much of the original equipment in daily use. Beer still delivered locally by horse-drawn dray. Number 7. Theaxton Brewery of Masham, North Yorkshire. Founded 1827, sold to a corporate owner in the 1980s, then bought back in 2003 by the founder's own great-great-grandsons. They still run an in-house cooperage, making their own wooden barrels. Old Peculier won Champion Strong Ale of Britain in 1989. The principle behind all 8 of those is the same. You can visit every single one, meet the people, ask any question you like, and get a straight answer. No offshore company extracting profit. No invented nationality on the label. No loophole hiding what went into your pint. According to camera data from 2023, genuinely independent British breweries hold around 13% of the UK beer market. Every time you choose one, your money stays somewhere real. A family, a community, a place you can actually visit. Before your next round, take 10 seconds. Ask who made it and whether the story on the label is actually true. The answers might genuinely surprise you. If this changed how you see something, share it with someone who drinks beer. Subscribe to our channel because we will keep doing exactly this. You deserve to know what is really in your glass.